Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Steffi, and this is my Time to Be Me vlogging channel. And this is literally the fourth or fifth, sixth, I don't know how many times I've tried to do this video today. Between kids melting down and my computer battery dying, it's taken me a few times. But this is probably the channel I'll be recording on the most because I can do vlogs very easily every day, and I don't have to edit them. But my other channel, it'll probably be at most a video a week. I want to do a few more Christmas ones before the holidays are over. But with kids from 7:15 to 5:15, it's a long day. And I still have to get stuff in my Etsy store, in my eBay store. And it's a lot to do while taking care of a 2- and a 5-year-old and trying to keep my house clean, make meals, and the whole thing. And I'll get there. I raised 4 kids. Certainly 2 I can get used to. But I'm also 62. I was 20 when I started. You know, by the time I had 2, I was 23. 23 when I had 2 kids. That is 40, almost 40. She's 39 this year, so it's almost 40 years ago. You're a lot better at this when you're 20 versus 40, or versus 60. But I'll get there. We'll all get there. This is the end of the first week. I say in about a month, it'll start to get easier. It might even take 2 or 3 months. But, you know, this is not going anywhere anytime soon. So Tracy's planning on staying at this job quite a while. Maybe permanently. She's not sure. But if she's continues to be happy there, it could be something we do for a very long time. And that's good. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm doing something important. I'm enjoying it. I like that the kids are in a safe place with people who love them. But my priorities right now have to be the kids, David's and my diet, because we've got to get this weight off. I'm tired of looking at all this and the health issues that it's, you know, I don't have health issues, but I've got pre-health issues. And I don't want them to turn into health issues. So I've got to make the kids first, our health second, keeping my house up third, and then fourth, my businesses, and fifth, doing my YouTube stuff. So, although today I'm making this priority over the resell stuff. This blog will probably be more often because I can do this in between when I can't really do the other things. But yeah, so at 62, the empty nest is re-nested again, I guess you could say, at least 50 hours a week. So, or no, yeah, 50 hours a week. I have them 10 hours a day. Now that will change. Eventually we're going to get a car seat. And when we get that car seat, I'll have a car seat for both kids. And then I'll take them home early when Daddy gets home. Because sometimes Dad's home as early as 2 or 3. Sometimes he gets home at the same time as Mom. And sometimes on Fridays he's even done earlier. But unfortunately he has a work truck. And he has no way to put 2 car seats in it. So he can't pick them up. Otherwise he would. He was all excited to pick them up after work. But what he'll do is once I have a car seat, I have 1 car seat now. Once I have both car seats, he'll call me when he gets home and is settled in and maybe showered and everything he needs to do. He'll call me and I'll bring them home. But that's probably not till after the holidays. None of us can pull off a car seat right now. So, and also my car, we did not realize it needs to be registered and inspected. And right now that's not in the budget either. So it'll have to probably wait till after the first of the year. But I'm okay with that. We're good. We got to get used to a new normal is all. I just be aware that at any time this video could just end suddenly when if the kids wander in. Today's Friday. They're having a hard day. Little whiny and complaining, which is perfectly normal. They're used to being home with Mommy all day, and this is day 5 of being dragged over here at 7:15 in the morning and not going home till 5:15. It would be abnormal for them not to be struggling today. Mommy's struggling. She's exhausted. I'm struggling. Grandpa's been home. This is his day 3 of his days off. He's got an alternating schedule, and this is his week with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. He's dragging butt. We're all tired, but it's okay. We'll get there. But there's got to be other grandmas going through this stuff, or older moms, and they understand what it's like to be older and deal with, I guess at my age it'd be grandkids most likely. It's tough. It's tough to be a full-time babysitter for small kids in your 60s. But I love the kids. They're my grandkids, and we'll get through it, and it'll get easier. Luckily, I have a huge craft room, and for those of you that don't follow my other channel, I'll show you a little bit of my craft room. I have all this stuff here. And then if you come over here, I've got all this stuff here. And this is the stuff I've just pulled out to work with. Well, there's a napkin here, but you get the point. Lots of crafting supplies here and down here on the floor. I've got more stuff here and more up there. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So there's lots of things we can do. Of course, there's things the 5-year-old and I can do that, and I have to help the 2-year-old more. But we'll get there. But I told him one craft thing a day, or we can bake, or we can make something in the kitchen. I think we made fudge yesterday. Just that cheap fudge with the condensed milk and the chocolate chips and the vanilla. But it really comes out good. So we did that yesterday. They didn't get to have any because it takes about a day to firm up, or at least a few hours. But since we used it was actually extra dark, and I didn't realize it till we'd melted it. There wasn't as much fat in it, and it hardened really fast. But I did add a little sugar because it would have been way too bitter for them. And I also added sugar on top, sprinkles, and hopefully that'll help. But yeah, they might not like it. I hope they do. But anyway, so this is normal life for me now. We'll be getting up at, well, I've been trying to get up early, but today I got up at 6:45, which meant I had no time by the time I got up, got dressed, brushed my teeth, and got in the family room. I didn't have any time and they were here. I like to get up 2 hours before, but I just cannot seem to get on that schedule yet. So I'm going to try over the weekend to get up earlier so that Monday maybe I can be up by 6. 6 is doable, I think. Gives me an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half before they get here. And that would be great. And eventually I'd like to get where I'm getting up at 5. David gets up at 3:45, leaves around 5:20, 5:30. So that would work out really well. So that's the plan eventually. When he goes, when he's leaving, I get up. And gives me a couple hours before the kids get here. That was the original plan, but I tried. And it was one thing when I did it before they got here, and I had 2 hours to myself to relax, and then I didn't have to do anything all day either. I could just kind of do what I wanted to do since I was tired. But it's a whole different thing to get up 2 hours earlier, or get up so early, get 2 hours, and then bam, you have to be on your feet and dealing with little kids. So it's an interesting change of life, but I volunteered. She wasn't going to ask me to babysit. She was going to try to work evenings and weekends, which meant probably a $10 an hour job. And I told her, no, we'll take them. I don't want you having to work. She was going to work when Dad was home. That's not good for a family. So I said, no, Dad and I talked, Grandpa and I talked it over, we'll take them. So she can work Monday through Friday, make way more money because she can get a better job, making a higher hourly fee. And she's home by 5:30 every night, and she's home all weekend. So that way they can have their family life. And once we all get used to it, I think it'll work really well. But right now the kids today's a hard day. I think next Friday will probably still be hard, but a little less hard than this week. And I think I'm going to talk to her about maybe a couple times a week coming home for lunch. And I think that would help the kids a lot. Maybe Fridays for sure she could come home for lunch, and then maybe Wednesday, something like that. We'll see how her work schedule is. But anyway, if that could work out, then that would really be good. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out, and we'll adapt as we go. But, you know, it's hard to tell a 5-year-old, you're crying for your mom, but she can't hear you, so you're just making yourself miserable, and mommy can't even hear you. They just want to be miserable. So I put the TV on in the other room, put their cartoons on, figuring that would distract them, and it did. So thank you for that, the powers that be. I just been saying a lot of little prayers to God right now. Just help me through this. Help me to be patient. Help me to figure out what to do, because it's a different, you know, when I had Nora, it was 4.5 years. Well, it was 2018 when I started my channel. I was 58. That's still older, but 58 is a lot younger than 62. And it was one kid at 9 months old, and she was so easy. 2-year-old boys are a completely different type of child, especially this one. He likes to climb on things, break things, pull things down. He's just He's just destructive. He doesn't mean to be destructive, but he is. He's a 2-year-old boy, and he's a brute. He's a big boy. He's really big for his age, way bigger than most kids are. Not fat, I mean big. He's got big hands, big feet. He's chunky and tall, but not fat. He's perfect. But he is a little brute, and I never had one of those. My 2 boys were not like that. So we had 2 girls, 2 boys, and none of them were like that. Now, he is like our one daughter who had ADD. Everybody would tell me, you need to discipline her more. And I would tell them, I would have to spank her unconscious. And then she would wake up and do it again. So I can't spank her, because I would not spank a kid like that, because it doesn't do any good. A swat on the butt to an average kid, they'll get their attention. But for one, they're not my kids. I won't swat them, and she doesn't swat them either, because it doesn't do any good. Standing in the corner is what we do, but when they can learn to write, I used to make my kids write sentences. They hated that, because they have to sit and write 100 sentences or whatever I gave them to not do what they were doing. And one time our son decided he'd write I down the whole page, will. He left out 3 words. So he had to rewrite it 100 times. He started to argue with me. I said, do you want to make it 150? And he shut up. But I was not, I had 4 kids. I couldn't be nice when it comes to that stuff. I was a loving mom. They got lots of hugs and kisses until they wouldn't let me anymore. They were told they were loved every day. I was kind and loving to them, but I was a strict mom. And I had to be with 4 kids. And I feel bad for Tracy that she's struggling right now to get used to work and little kids, and she has a teenager at home, and her oldest is 22. That's Emily. She's been on my other channel a few times. Back when I was doing the videos on jewelry hauls, which I've taken all those down off my channel now. I may put them on another channel to keep them, but we'll see. But that's where I'm at today. I'm at 12 minutes. I'm going to cut this short. But I just thought I'd jump on here once a day or so and just talk about my day. Maybe talk about other things too. But for today, I thought maybe somebody could relate to being a grandma in their 60s or maybe even older, maybe even 50s, and babysitting full-time. I would love any advice, because I've babysat full-time. I've babysat many of our grandkids full-time. But they're all grown now. The ones I've babysat full-time are 22, 18, and going on 16. So it was years ago. So this is, and then Nora, I did her from 9 months to about 2.5 until JJ was about to be born. And so that was 2.5 years ago. She was still pregnant, so maybe, close to 3. He was born in May. So he's a 2.5. So it might have been 2 3/4 years ago. But she was so easy. She was 1 kid. All of them were 1 at a time. And I did other little short stints with some of the other kids. And there's been times I've had a bunch of little kids all at once, but for a day, or maybe even a couple days. Or mom and dad went on vacation, I'd have 3. But this is different, and this is going to be till we retire, and maybe past our retirement. I mean, we're in here for the long haul. I think it'll be good for us. It'll be good for them. I'm not going to let her pay me much. I mean, she won't let me do it for free, but I told her, don't even pay me until you've been at work for a month or 2. Get into the job, get your finances where you want them, get through Christmas, and then I'll let you decide. But I know she won't let me babysit for free, but let's face it, whatever she gives me is going to be spent on the kids anyway. I went to the grocery store twice now and bought them snacks and food, and, that's what grandmas do. But, anyway, so that's just what's going on. I just getting used to a new normal, and I've known it was coming for 3 weeks. Well, she got the job. Well, I knew 3 weeks before she started her job, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I knew 3 weeks before but I knew a week before that she was looking for a job. But she got this interview pretty quick and was pretty sure she was getting it. The minute she posted on Indeed, she got snagged up because of her experience. So it's going to be good for her. I think it'll be really good for her. The kids are safe. They're with grandparents that adore them in a safe environment. Lots of creativity, lots of love. We just all got to get used to a new normal. but it'll be okay. I keep telling myself that. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon, but I just want to do a little video, and I'm probably going to be posting on this channel pretty often, maybe even every day, because I think it'll be good for me. Even if no one watches it, it just gives me a place to talk and vent a little. I wish I could have done this yesterday, because yesterday was rough, but it was a meltdown day for the kids and kind of me, because I was exhausted too. Today I feel much better. We had a talk, me and the 5-year-old. We're good now. She, you know, we had to have one of those little talks you have to have with toddlers once, or not toddlers, but young kids once in a while, to kind of tell them how it's going to go. That they don't make the rules. The adults make the rules. And we're good now. So, yeah. But didn't have to get mad. I just talked very reasonably to her. She's a very smart kid, and she gets it now. So they got to push those buttons and kind of see how far they can. They're not getting anything out of it. You know, Grandma was not a mean mom, but a very strict mom. I'm sure my kids thought I was mean, but they all say I was a good mom and they had a good childhood. So obviously I did something right. Because I've asked them, was I mean? Was I horrible? Because I feel like I was always being strict. And they said, no, we felt very loved. We baked, and we, you know, they had a good childhood. And I want to give these grandkids the same childhood when they're here with me, which is going to be most of their day, you know, week. But they'll have weekends with Mom, and now with Mom working, they'll have some extra money and they can do more fun stuff. So that'll be good too. And I think it'll be good for me and Grandpa, because it'll keep us more focused on priorities. Kids can come out while we're doing the things we need to do around the property. And I just got to learn to be able to list and do things that I need to do while they're here. But it's going to take time. So I'll be back maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But this is going to be where I kind of vent and talk. And if anybody joins me, that's great. But this channel's always been just about a fun place for me to have kind of a diary of what's going on in my life. And that's what I want to do here. So I'll be back soon. If you are here watching, thank you very much. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.